In this video tutorial, I'm going to show you how to create a page using the new fluid grid layout that's a part of Dreamweaver Creative Cloud. So while we'll still be using our site that we've been creating so far during this course, we're going to create this page using fluid grid layout, which will work with multiple mobile devices in addition to our desktop. So from the start welcome screen, instead of saying create new HTML, we're going to choose create new fluid grid layout. And you can see it gives us default screen sizes for mobile, tablet, and desktop. We're not going to attach any CSS file right at this moment, but we're going to leave it doc type HTML5 and simply click create. Now we are going to save a specific style sheet that's going to contain rules for this document. And we're going to call it mobile.css, and it's going to be saved in the root folder along with our other files. Click Save. And so now, rather than the normal Dreamweaver design view, we see our fluid layout here, and it's already preset for a mobile view. But down the bottom of design, the design view area, you can see we can switch to either tablet view or to desktop view here to work with our page. Before we start working though, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to save this document, and we're going to save this as About Me. So this is the long lost About Me page. We've done a lot of things on this site, but we really haven't had a page that's just dedicated to us. So this is going to be the aboutme.html. Click Save. And it says fluid grid design requires the following dependent files: boilerplate, CSS, and respond.min.js, JavaScript. These will be copied to the root folder. Hopefully, click OK. You are going to need those files. And so the other thing we're going to do is we're going to give our page a title while we're at it. And I'm just going to call it About Me. Or you could say About David Nosh. Remember, this is the title that will be shown when people bookmark this page. And so now we've got the fluid grid layout, and it gives us this one starting div to begin with. But that's not going to be enough for our page, so we want to create at least a few more divs. This can be our header, but to create additional divs, all we do is click on this little duplicate icon down here at the bottom of the div. It gives us another one. Let's make one more. So I've got 3 divs, and actually I'm going to go to this middle one here, and I'm going to create a few more. But these middle ones down here at this layer, at least, I'm going to click inside here. And notice when I click inside this div, which is one above what I'm going to call this the footer, I've got a resize icon here at the side. If I go to the side of the div, I can click and drag, and you can notice ever so faintly you've got these column layout grids on the page that you can use as a template or a design guide for you. And so I'm going to take this one div over, so it takes up 4 of these columns in my layout view here, in the grid layout view. And then I'm going to duplicate this div. And notice it pops it below the other div, but if I use this little arrow here, move up a row, it snaps it next to this one. And I can duplicate another one here, like so. So now I've got 3 divs next to each other with a nice little bit of margin in between. And if you wanted, you could have 4 different divs as well. But let's start adding something here a little bit to give it a bit more form. So I'm going to go up to my header div, and I'm going to highlight the placeholder text, and I'm going to replace it with something here. I'm going to say more about David Knopfs. And you don't have to put more about David Knopfs. You could have more about yourself or whatever heading you want. But no doubt you're going to do as I'm going to do, and that is highlight whatever your title is in the header there. Go down to your property inspector, make sure that you have HTML selected, click on format, and let's make it heading 1. And if I want to center this in this top div, I can simply go over to my CSS panel down here, and I'm going to double click to collapse the insert panel. And I'm just going to go straight down to, scroll down a little bit here to where it says text align, and click center, and it's going to align my text center in that div. So I've got some text in there, and now I'm going to go out to my favorite Lipsum site and grab some lorem ipsum. And so here's some, I'm back at my lorem ipsum site, and I'm going to highlight some text I want, and I'm going to copy. So I've gone out and gotten some lorem ipsum text and just for placeholder text, and I'm going to paste it in here. So I have some text just for layout purposes. I would like it if you would actually put some copy in here about yourself. And then I can go down to these individual divs here in a second and do something special, but I can go right away to my footer area, and I'm going to highlight the placeholder text in there and go straight to insert once again, insert character, copyright, space, 2014, David Knopfs. So I've got the info down here in the footer area. And now I can go in here to this div. So the first of my 3 small little block divs at this column level. Instead of some text, I'm going to actually insert an image. So I'm going to say, here is my favorite red dog. And I'm going to then go to the insert panel, double click on it, choose the common insert area, click image, and I just so happen to, in my images area, have the red dog image that I used for a previous tutorial. So I'm going to click open, and there's my red dog GIF in there. And then I can go to this and say, but I like this one too. And now I'm going to, once again, go to image. And this time I don't have the other image that I want to use in this area, but instead it's all the way back at my root level, at my directory off my hard drive. And if you're a Mac user, you've got these icons built into the system. If you follow this path, you can find them also. And that is the Mac hard drive. You're going to look for library, application support, Apple, iChat icons, Funk Animals, and here's a bunch of little icons that I have. This is where I got the red dog from, and I'm going to click open. Now notice it says the file is outside the root folder that we're using. Web design may not be accessible when you publish the site. That's true. Do you want to copy the file there now? Yes, I do. I click yes. I'm going to put this doggy GIF inside my images folder. and I'm going to stick to my rule from the beginning of the course, which is to keep it all lowercase. Click Save. So there's my yellow dog, and then the last one, I'm going to go, I like this one too, and yet another is cool. And I'm going to get one more of my dogs here, and I think I'll choose the Blue Hound. And click Open. Do I want to copy it? Yes, I want to put it in my images folder, and I'm going to change that capital B to a lowercase b. Click, oops, wait, put it in my images folder. Click Save. And so here is very quickly a little design page which doesn't make any sense at all, but I want you to put together something which is a nice little page about yourself. And then last but not least, before I upload this, I do want to go back and attach it to my index page. So I'm going to double click to close the insert panel, click on the Files panel, and locate my index.html page, which is my home page. Double click on that to open that in addition to my About Me page. And so now, rather than the null link, which doesn't go anywhere from About Me, I'm going to highlight that, and I'm going to click and drag, use my point to file, to add this to my About Me page. And I think I also have to do that from the gallery HTML because I did this page after the fact. So I'm also going to highlight the About Me link from my gallery page and make that link go to the About Me page as well. And so now let's preview this and make sure it's working. So go back to About Me. Here, more about David Knopfs. I'm going to preview it. Click Save. Yes, I want to save all the CSS related files, and you can see there it is. It's all looking good. But more important, you'll notice as you start to collapse the page that these divs all line up vertically so that they'll appear on your device. And notice also, if you have a mobile device that is not going to show that much height, that it'll auto scroll down so you can see your divs all stacked up there. Now, of course, the main menu div that we created back on our index page and our gallery page are not going to work for us the same way. We can't really copy and paste those into this fluid grid layout. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hide Safari though, and just show you another way around that. We could, instead of having the old menu in here, which is not going to work with this different div layout, we could shorten this footer, which we probably don't need to be that big, and we might make it about half the length here. So I'm going to take it to 6 columns here, and then I'm going to duplicate it, move it up one level, so it's a 6-column wide div here, put it over here, and on this side I'm just going to add a link that says home. And if you wanted to, you could, of course, align that, the text align area, align that right, and then just highlight that, go to the link area here, and click and drag point to file to the index page to make that a link home. And so we could try that and see if that's going to work. Preview it, first of all, in the design view. Looks fine. Whoa, that link is not fine. I have to actually fix that. Make sure the whole text is taking me to the index page. All right, so I've fixed that link. And then I can preview it as well in the browser before I upload it to my site. All right, everything looks good here. I've got a link home, which takes me back to my index page. These links aren't working yet because I haven't saved those, but they will work here in a minute. So I can hide Safari, go to my gallery page, save it, go to my index page, save it. And if I was going to upload, it would ask me to save these anyway. But now let me test the whole site. So my index page loads, home is working, about me is working, I've got a home link going back, my gallery loads, I can get to about me from the gallery. I don't have a link to the gallery directly from my fluid layout, but that's okay. You can work on that if you want. So everything's looking really pretty good. So I'm going to quit out of Safari, and the last thing I'm going to do is upload my site. And I'm going to do that by opening the Files panel if it's not open already. Click on the plugs to connect to the server. And now that it's connected to the server, I'm simply going to click on the root folder again, the very top folder in the Files panel, and click on the up arrow. And it should say, do you want to upload the whole site? I say OK. And because there are a lot of files to upload, that process may take quite a while. But once it's finished uploading, you see file activity complete. Now you go over to your browser and navigate to your website and try out these pages. So the About Me or the gallery page is loading, and everything's looking okay. And the About Me page is loading as well. And you can see that the fluid layout is working indeed here. So there we go. And this home link works, takes me back home. And so there you see how to create a fluid grid layout that'll work and move your divs around automatically to display in different mobile devices.